What's up, people? One Nut Punch here. Picked up this game called Street Lords for about $10 on Steam. The asking price is about $15 for the normal price, and I wanted to show it off. The main thing is it's got two different types of modes with about 4 different maps: testing area, urban, neighborhood, and CQB neighborhood. But the shootout is just like going into it, like getting into a skirmish and fighting whatever crime bosses or different factions you have. And then you have the campaign that goes through like basically the whole deal of the actual game itself and what you do on the map that's procedurally generated, and really what you're doing inside these different types of arenas, fighting the different NPCs that you are trying to kill and conquer, and get more into that stuff later on. But what is this game? This game is like a first-person shooter, procedurally generated maps that allow you to go and do these crime fights or these crime wars. And you have NPCs that allow you to go and get into these pretty intense firefights. And if you get shot once or a couple of times in the body of the head, you die instantly. And you can teleport or go to a different unit and decide to control them. And you could do that with people that have a Scorpion, shotgun, M16, AK-47. And then you get to the campaign, where this map will be procedurally generated, and you have to essentially take control of these different zones so that you can make more money, recruit more allies, or really friends for your gang, and then go take control of the entire city, making your gang number one so that nobody else will mess with you, because if they do, they just get annihilated. That being said, the gunplay and the actual like mechanics themselves, the game is pretty damn fun. It's single player only, and there's like 15 or 16 different allies you can have in your like one squad, and there's multiple different squads when you play the campaign, so you have to go through these different types of simulations. Like, you can do simulate instead of fight, and it will automatically go by whatever your units have for guns and how well they fight. Same thing, if you fight them instead of simulate, then you'll probably have a better chance of killing most of the NPCs, and then the rest can just mop up later. Again, the game is like $10 for the sale until February 14th, and the asking price normally is $15. The only thing I'll say that I have a problem with this game is that there is no settings for audio, and I had to go into the settings to make sure if there wasn't any like audio changes or a volume mixer. No, there's nothing for that. The only thing they have is resolution changes, and then different types of like check marks for ambient occlusion, bloom, blur, all that weird crap. So for $10-15 game, I don't understand why you wouldn't have something for sound, other than having to go into my Windows settings and change my mixer so that it doesn't sound like I'm getting blasted by heavy artillery from literally inside my room. So that was just kind of an annoyance there. The other thing that the game has is kind of similar to what Ravenfield has, which is you can basically go and spectate a fight, and you could do slow motion with the middle mouse button. You could press tab to switch between the different NPCs that you want to control. And I can't really remember if it's Q or C, but one of those buttons allows you to hide the HUD, so that if you want to do some like cinematic shots, or you just don't want to look at the HUD while you're going into slow motion and shooting the enemy team, then you could do that too. That being said, before I close this video, I wanted to show up the slow motion and kind of like what these guys are doing in that slow motion, the particle effects, the muzzle flash of the gun, the way they're moving. And I will say this, when it comes down to the AI, they are pretty freaking hard. Like, when you're sitting up in a building, or you're like downstairs behind a wall, they will pre-fire you every single time. So watch out when dealing with them, because they are pretty damn lethal. Otherwise than that, I've been One Nut Punch, and this is another video. Thanks for watching. And again, if you want to give this game a shot, it's $10 currently till February 14th. Originally $15 for asking price. I'll see y'all later.